Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Blue Bay Trader. Tomorrow we will have a big day, another big day. Did you see that? What was it? Meta went up like 4% or something like that. Microsoft went up 8% after the earning, and Meta actually went above my target of 745. It went up like 775, 76. All right, so let's start for tomorrow. It, I will start with CVS. All right, so CVS short term is oversold. Long term also a little bit oversold. So there's a bigger chance of a bounce. Okay, so let me quickly draw a trend line. Mm, Low here, low here. Okay. For the for the high, in a way, it's kind of like, okay, so you can see there will be more chance of a bounce. So, so I'm thinking it might come up to $65 at about 60% to 65% for a pullback. Uh, I'm seeing probably around 55 at about 40%, 35 to 40% of a pullback, right? Let me see if I see anything. Um, no, so most likely there will be a bounce, just decent number and neutral or positive outlook, unless a number coming really, really bad and the outlook is negative. We might see 55 or as low as 50 right here, but I'll keep it at 55. Next, we have roadblocks. Oh, wow, look at this. Look at the move. The last high was about 141. Right now is at 125, so it's close. Um, it came from 50 all the way to 125, so 150%. Um, so it's oversold, overbought short term and overbought long term. So this means we will have a bigger pullback, a bigger chance at a pullback. But I do see um, a bull flag right here. Let me zoom it in a little bit and show you. So the bull flag is right here. So you can see this. Today it got a 5.6% move. It looked like it might want to go up a little bit more, but um, due to the overbought condition, um, unless it's like Meta or Microsoft, which keep going up. I don't think Roblox is that way, but you would never know. Um, so a pullback to about right here at 107, I would give it about uh 60%. Okay. If without a bull flag, I would give it 65 to 70%. But due to the bull flag, it might move up to, let me see, 141. Oh, you never know. It can go up to 140 to, to basically test the last high at about uh, 40%. So we will see tomorrow. See how it is. Let me see if there's anything that I miss. It's hard to draw a trend line because it's basically straight up. But with the bull flag and the last high, at least we can get some of the level to watch. Next is AppV. AppV neutral to about a little bit oversold. Short term, long term is neutral to a little bit overbought. All right. So let me draw some trend line here. Look at this trend line and the resistance. All right. So for this, I will give it a 50-50 chance. Um, for a rally, I'm seeing 198. For a pullback, I'm seeing 177. So the range going to be around, I would say 5%. Let me see anything else I missed. No, not really. Next will be cigna. Short term is oversold. Long term is oversold. So it's the same like United Health or Centene, which have been making 52-week low recently. So we can see for long term, at least since last December, it went up to May and then pull back. Um, so let's draw some trend line here. Okay, so most likely I see a bounce, but for if the number coming really, really bad, just like United Health, it might come down more. So if it does, I see it come down to 273 at about 30%. For a bounce up to all the way here at 320, I give it about 70%, maybe 65 to 70%. Um, because what if it's just like the other two, right? Based on technical, so I can see more a bounce, but it's still just a probability. Let me see if anything else that I missed. Nope, that's it. Mastercard. Short term is overbought. long term is neutral, so it might gonna pull back a little bit more. But if it bounce, then I see is gonna come up to here, and Y at 570. Let me zoom in real quick because actually let me draw the line first. So you can see right here. See that? It go across all the way to beginning of 25. And if we kind of like it, flip it upside down, you can see it's been bouncing here. So instead of a support, this will be a resistance. So from the chart, most likely we have pullback. Uh, so for a bounce who's 570, I would give it 30% to 35%. A pullback to 529. I give it about 65 to 70%. Why 529? Because if I click on this, you will see the support going across all the way to November of 24. So that's why I chose that target. It was a last low, and it was the other low and this high. Okay, I think that's it for now. Norwegian overbought short term, overbought long term, and you can see it has a little bit of um, topping signal, but it's kind of mixed. However, I do see a bull flag right here. So because of that, um, down or pull back probability, I will give it only 55% at 21, and it rallied to about 27 at about 55%. Okay. So if we draw some trend line here, so you can see it been bouncing between the line, break outward, but most likely it will come back to the orange line detected. And I'm seeing about 22. So it might be the chain tomorrow, but due to bull flag, maybe it will continue, but at only about 50 to 55%. Okay, so I do see it's going to come back and tap the orange line at the later point on maybe a later time, either not tomorrow, then is probably in about a couple weeks. All right, next is Apple. So Apple and Amazon and uh, what's it called? MicroStrategy. coinbase will be the big star tomorrow. So for Apple, so here I expected to pull back to about 200. It pulled back to about 207 and then bounced. And it tried to come up, broke out, and then came back down. So right now is 209. Um, so let's see going on. If I zoom in here, you can see the last time I looked at it was about maybe a couple of weeks ago. It's still bouncing between the purple line and the red line. So it's a wedge. Short term is a little bit overbought to neutral. Long term is still overbought. And look at the long term graph. It looks a little bit easier to look at, right? And here at the top of the wedge, most likely you're going to pull back, but the range is not that much. Um, unless, so let's see. Or let me switch back to daily. So what if is this number coming really strong? I see it at 224 at about 40%. 60%, I see it coming down to probably 202, most likely 200 at about 60% due to its overbought condition. So if it's coming with a neutral outlook and just decent number, we'll have a pullback. If it's number coming smashing the estimates, then we see it coming up, just like Meta and Microsoft. So yeah, we'll see tomorrow. Amazon, uh, look like it didn't pull back that much. It pulled back to the orange line. It didn't bounce um, compared to the last time that I saw it. So right now is look like it's still tacking along the top. You can see it broke above the resistance, but came back down. And the past 3 days has been negative, so it might be a sign of a top. So for a pullback, I see it coming down to probably right here at 212 at about 60% or a bounce 242 at 40%. Okay, so we'll see. Let me take this out so it's easier to see. It might come down to the right at the orange line at 218, but I'm seeing it's more 212 if it disappoint the estimate. Okay. All right, MicroStrategy. I haven't looked at this stock. So it is oversold short term, long term overbought. Let's look at the trend line. Okay, so look like it's right at the support and it's oversold, so it might have a bounce. So if it does, I see it coming up to about 422 because of this last high right here. So 422 at about 60% to 65%. It pulled back to this one, last high. I mean, yeah, the previous high in February and March at 342 at around 60 to 65%. Oh, wait, no, sorry. Bounce is 60%. Pullback will be 40%. Um, see. Let me switch to long term to see if I see anything else. Nope, that's it. All right, moving on. Coinbase. Coinbase. So the last time I saw it was in the earning. I say most likely we'll see a pullback and then bounce to 232. But it pulled back a little bit to 195 and then rally and then move sideways for about 3 weeks and then been rallied from since that time. If I look at the trend, see, okay, taking all these lines now so it's easier to see. Okay, you can see there was a pullback, a bull flag right here, and then it's rally. But here, since July 18, which is about a week and a half ago, until now, you can see it's been in a correction mode and look like it should tag the last high. So short term is oversold, long term is overbought. So I do see a little bit of a bounce with the number coming better than estimate. So if it does, we might see it coming back to 412 at about, I give it about 40, 45%. It's almost 50-50. Pull back about 55% at 336. All right. So that is it for Coinbase. Next would be Reddit. Um, overbought short term, overbought long term. Um, trend is still positive. Um, draw the trend line. So it's helped us to look at the trend. So you can see that it right at the support level. Um, so it had a little bit chance of a bounce, but more chance of pullback to close the gap here at 126 at about 60%, a bounce to 170 at about 40%, 35 to 40%. Okay. The last one will be ROKU, neutral short term, overbought long term. Okay. So let me zoom in. So yesterday it got a bearish engulfing, and then today it bounced a little bit. So it's still uh, bearish right now, and we actually might see a top here. So we might have a small bounce. If it does, probably go to 100. A small chance at about, I'll give it 30% or pull back to 84 at about 70%. Unless the number coming really, really good. But it's been going up a lot, almost um, almost 100%. So, all right, that's it for today. So I will check back with you guys tomorrow.